Hello, everyone, and welcome to the KiawiTechIT Academy, the citadel of learning where your most innovative self starts. The KiawiTechIT Academy trains people in the fields of database administration, Amazon Web Services, and Azure Cloud Computing. And we have put over 300 people in the job market and injected over 15 million US dollars into the US economy from our training alone. And hence the question, does the KiawiTech IT Academy formula work in Europe? Over the years, a lot of people get the conception that our training only works for people in the United States of America. But this evening, I have two amazing panelists to tell you that the KiawiTech IT Academy formula works not only in the United States of America, but in Europe, Asia, Africa, wherever you are in the world. So, joining me this evening to elaborate on this topic are our senior database administrator, Mrs. Zelda Ndah. Hello, Zelda. Welcome to the stream.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Good evening. And we also have the KiawiTech IT Academy Europe branch president, Mr. Zebedi Kiawi, to enlighten you on all questions on this topic. You're welcome to the stream, Mr. Kiawi.
Thank you, Vandolin. Thank you, all our viewers. It's a pleasure here again tonight, and I'm here to share our experiences and our ideologies as database administration is concerned in Europe. This is not just Europe, all over the world, because we are going to be talking about all other continents where we have trainees who have taken our training and they are already on the job market and doing well, and they can testify when the day comes. Thank you.
That's amazing. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to have both of you on the stream today. Let me just take a minute to welcome everyone on the stream. I can see Beverly, I can see Rita, I can see Joel. You're all welcome to the stream. It's a pleasure to have you tonight. Feel free to share the live stream with your friends, share it to all your groups. I mean, you never know who needs the information we have to share tonight. So click on the share button, share, and make as many people join as possible. Also letting you know that we are live on YouTube. So tonight we are live not only on Facebook, but also on YouTube. I can see El Suarez watching from Belgium. You're welcome to the stream. It's a pleasure to have you as always. Feel free to share the stream with your friend. Bring along your questions because our panelists are here tonight ready for you. So, as you join, let us know where you're watching from so that we can know how to tell our messages tonight and let you know that the KiawiTech IT Academy is for everyone, everywhere in the world. So take a comfortable seat, share with your friends, and we will get to you in a minute. So right now, I think we should go straight into the crux of the matter. Let me ask you this simple question. I think we should start with you, Mr. Kiawi. Would you say the KiawiTech IT formula works in Europe? Just straight to the point, we're going to see how to go.
Yes, this is something that when we, at times when they ask you a question direct and we just say yes, people may just think that you are just there to market yourself, but we are not here just to market ourselves, but to speak with evidence. We have a lot of trainees who have taken up our training, and they are presently working in Europe. We are not just talking. I'm practically based in Germany, but we have trainees based all over Europe. Most of the European countries here, we have trainees there who have taken up our training, and they are already on the job market. And we have an orientation which is on the Saturday, which they will be there to testify. And these are people, they are not talking because they are part of the KiawiTech, because they are talking because of the impact that it is creating in their life. And they see that if you have something good, you don't keep it for yourself. We are not just talking about Europe. We are talking about actually Africa. We have trainees who have gotten jobs from African countries like Sierra Leone. We have some of them who have taken jobs in like Cameroon, Nigeria, just to name some of the few countries that we have trainees there. And at this moment, on this day, we shall be bringing up people who shall be testifying. And you want to get to the people privately, you can get to them and hear what we are talking about. At times, it sounds like it is just a theory, but when you are all actually in the field and you start seeing yourself, things changing, your account swelling, that's when you know that this thing, we are not just talking, but people are actually there. And so most of the questions that people usually ask is this really true? Is that really going to happen to me one day? When it start happening to you, you start saying the same thing, and the next person is asking the very question which you were asking. And this is something that we want to spread the good news, because we are not just impacting your life, we are impacting the community, because you can't help somebody if you don't have anything you don't have for yourself. You can only think of helping when you are in the position that you can also help yourself. So this is something that we are not just here to talk about only Europe, we are here to talk about also other continents where we have trainees there, and we are going to do more. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was really an elaborate answer. Let me take a minute to thank everyone joining the stream. I see all of you. I see Vanessa Samu watching from Belgium, Mirabel from Germany. I see Ganging from Cameroon. I mean, it's a lot of countries in here today. I also see our able CEO, Mr. Dennis Kiawi. You're welcome to the stream. We are in good hands. We are not on our own. So thank you so much for joining. Feel free to join the stream and share with your friends as you join. Drop questions if you have any in the stream or on the comment section, and our panelists will be here to answer them for you. So, Mr. Kiawi, you went a little bit into details of the question, which is a good thing to start, because it gives us permission to transition to Mrs. Ndah, our senior DBA of the evening, who is a living testimony. She is, in fact, the answer to the question we have today. Does the KiawiTechIT formula work in Europe? I think, Mrs. Zelda, you are an answer to this question. And I think that what you have to say this evening is going to change a lot of people's perception of the training we offer at KiawiTechIT Academy. So if you don't mind, I would like you to give us like a brief introduction of yourself, just so that everyone knows who you are and why you are qualified to answer this question for everyone tonight.
Okay, thank you, everyone. Thanks for joining wherever you are. My name is Zelda. I'm actually based here in Stuttgart, Germany. I've been here for over 20 years, and I'm by profession, I'm a registered nurse. I've been working in theater for the past 16 years. And when this IT came up, I was like doubting this concept in Europe. I said, Germany is so kind of strict, and there's a lot of bureaucracy in here. So I said, no, I don't think this will work for us in Germany. But I think I was making a very big mistake, because I decided to take that bold step. And what I did was I decided to take the course at KiawiTech, and immediately I was done with the course. I just like tried to apply for a job. I was like trying. The jobs I tried to apply, all of them gave me jobs. They gave me offers. There are huge opportunities out here in Europe that are not yet being exploited. I think the American market is kind of congested, but Europe is very open. I can tell you this from experience and from what I've just witnessed for this short period of time. I decided not to apply for anymore, because the moment you send your resume somewhere, they're calling you up and they're running after you. They keep running after you, and they're like, we really want you. When you turn them down, they give you more better opportunities. They give you something that will let you maybe get you confused or make you decide for them. They want you to come for them, So you have the yam and the knife. You can cut it wherever you want to cut it. You can decide your payment package even. You discuss with them. You decide to work from home. You talk with them. So I just want to tell everybody watching me from Europe or even in Africa, there is a lot of opportunity back here in Germany and in Europe as a whole. When I graduated, I was like trying to figure out if I could also apply in the UK, in Belgium, in France. I tried to send one resume in the UK, and they said they needed people, but the only issue is that they need someone who is a resident in the UK. the same question, the same issue came from Belgium. So there is this opportunity for those who are in Europe. But if you are based in Belgium, know that you have a huge database administration data banks that are looking for workers. Now, what I had is, because I didn't want to leave my medical field immediately because I've been working for so long, I did focus in applying for jobs that I linked in my medical fields. And I was shocked, even, let me just say I was shocked because I didn't even investigate before trying to apply. It was after the training that I went into details, and I realized that we really have a lot of opportunities in the medical fields. They really need a lot of database administrators in the medical fields, someone who has both skills. You have the technical skill, you have the soft skill, you have the medical know-how. So you can easily combine these, and I think that it is available in every field of studies. If you're somebody who has been working in a logistic and you have a database administrator, it's an add-on into your CV, and you'll be better placed than someone who has just one. So, like, I'm encouraging you, if you are in a particular field and you don't even want to change, add this database administration training, and you will be able to go far. So, and if you are in a medical field, for example, I will tell you that you have huge opportunities here in Germany. A lot of them, these especially in the pharmaceutical companies. I had a lot of offers from the pharmaceutical companies. I had to just choose what is really best for me. Yes, I had what I was looking for. I needed why I had to change my job, and I was looking for what would actually suit my concept, and this is what took me to where I am today. But I'm encouraging you, if you are not even in the medical field, do not give up. You can take the training while working, and you focus looking for jobs in that particular field. You'll be surprised at what is out here. Thank you so much. That
I
was a
think
brief.
you're I
Yes.
think you're touching on a very pertinent point, which we have discussed multiple times on this platform. Database administration, in fact, database administrators are needed in all works of life. It doesn't matter where you work, whatever company you are in, whatever field you are in, database administrators are needed because data is being managed or stored or handled by the companies for which you work. So whatever sector, she has just talked of health. I'm sure Mr. Kiawi will come into the world of finance later on, but you would see that in every walk of life, you can be a database administrator. Thank you so much for that. And you've raised several pertinent points, Ms. Zelda, and I can summarize that. Number one, when you started the course, it was kind of trial and error. You didn't know what was out there for you. So even your job search was kind of a trial, but it ended up being explosive, and you in the process changed your mind and decided to take up a new career after 16 years in nursing. So what can be more convincing than that? I don't know, guys. If you're watching out there, let us know what you think in the comments. What can be more motivating than seeing someone who has left a 16-year-long career to join or test the waters out in information technology, and today she's not regretting her decision. She is so proud of it because she can still enjoy the health which she's passionate about, and at the same time practice as a database administrator. So thank you so much for your questions. We're going to be coming to that in a bit. I can see all of them streaming in, so just be patient with us. We'll come to the questions. Let's finish up with the preliminaries, and then we would get to you. So right now, Mr. Kiawi, Mrs. Ndah has talked about the field of health. And she has talked about there being a plethora of opportunities for database administrators, or let's say information technology experts in Europe as a whole. What is your take on that?
Yes, thank you once more again. What I will say here is when we talk about database administration, people may be thinking that it is some rocket science, which is not. I want to just take an example, somebody who is having a kiosk. This person's just selling just some dairy article, maybe just cigarettes and things that are not really of value. You know that the person always takes stocks and knows how much do I sell, how much quantity is being left, and how much is supposed to be bought, And those things, that is called data, which means I'm taking the simplest position, which is just a kiosk, which means that when you start going to a certain level where you see that positions like this, data needs to be protected. Like in any little company, there's no company that you can call a company that has no worker. There's no company you can call a company that has no people that they pay. And these people, there must be somebody to handle the data. You can't ask your question that in which field. I will tell you, in every field that you find yourself, data is the highest thing. An example is if you go to a bank and you steal 5 million, 10 million euros or dollars, the bank will still exist. But if you go to the bank and you wipe out just the data of that bank, how many customers are there in those are there in the bank? You will see that, and how much did each and everyone was having in his or her account. When you wipe that information out, the bank will no longer exist. That is just a simple example. But if you can steal even 1 billion from the bank will still exist. So which means that is where you can see the importance of data in a company. When you hear people paying database administrator very high, it's not because the job is too difficult, it's because of the complexity of if something touches that important aspect of that company, the company will be down. A company can be up even when it has no franc, but a company cannot be up if the data is being lost. So that is something I want people to understand, that career change in this domain is feasible for everybody. Everybody is capable of changing his or her career no matter the age. If you look at KiawiTech, you will realize that people of different categories, generation, domains, different ethnic groups, they are there in KiawiTech. And these are people coming with different mentalities, thinking different, thinking that they are coming to test, and at the end they end up being the gurus and even the one being our ambassadors. So this is something that when you are coming from any domain, don't think that I need to have a proud knowledge of IT, or there's a particular domain where you can start there before you go into this domain. It is a domain open for everybody. The only thing you need to bring is, first one, motivation. Second, willingness to learn. Those are the two things that you have to bring along. So motivation and willingness to learn, and then the entire KiawiTech team will do the rest. That is what we are there for. And at the end, we are also proud. So our interest here is not to have people to come here and just for the name of coming, but we want to see that their lives are being impacted in one way or the other. Because if you take an example, a school where it trains people and they move around the city without no job, what becomes of the school in 2 or 3 years to come? Nothing. But that is our interest. Our interest to see that what we are paying, we are taking up here as a training, end up being something that will impact your life, and other people will see will see that and copy. That is what makes us proud, and that is what makes the image of KiawiTech look good in the eyes of everybody.
Thank you so much. So, I mean, we are now clear on 2 points. Number one, you don't need to be in a particular field to transition to database administration. This transition is possible for anyone, anywhere, at any time. And the second point is that you can transition at any time. You don't need any special qualifications. You don't need any special kind of entry requirements or all of that. So now let's go back into KiawiTechIT's training as a whole. We all know that the KiawiTechIT Academy is based in Houston, Texas. So I would like to know from you, Mrs. Ndah, did you at any point find that this training was difficult based on the locational and time differences between Europe and the United States, for instance?
Not actually. No. The concept KiawiTech is putting in place is actually very interesting. You know, like let me just encourage those who are here. If you have time to participate in the orientation on Saturday, you will get to know more of these options. They have a lot of options to choose. So if you are in a time zone that doesn't favor you, you can choose the time zone that favors your time. So for me, I actually accepted the time that works well for me. Like a nurse, I work in shift. I work at night sometimes. So when I go to work, sometimes I attend even from work. The only thing you need at this particular time is to have good connections. If your internet is good, you can attend it even driving. You can attend it while driving. I take it sometimes when I'm in the train. When I enter the train and I put on my headset and I'm attending classes. So this concept put in place is absolutely the best, and you can attend it at the comfort of yours. Even cooking in the kitchen, if you're able, if you can multitask, you can attend it in the kitchen and you will still make it. So when it comes to practice, that is when you have to actually invest so much time and you go detailedly into practicals, because that is the only time that you need to put your fingers and hands on practice. But attending classes, I didn't find it difficult because I was able to attend it even while at work. Could attend it even in a train or back in the house. It is very flexible. It is that flexible. And at some point, if you are not even able to make it, you can fall back to the videos because the classes are always recorded. And then you can go back to their Google Drive and you pick up the videos for the class that you missed. You watch it, you practice before the next session. The only thing I can say here is that you must be extremely motivated and practice. Practice is only thing that can push you forward. And I will let you know those who were practicing during our batch, they all have jobs. They had before they could even finish the offer my open letter, they were already celebrating. And I'm one of the example. I had jobs immediately before I could even enter into open my offer letter. So those opportunities are there. And I'm telling you, in Europe, I'm kind of shocked at the number of jobs that I came across, and at the number of companies that are actually willing to hire people here. So if you are listening, even in whether you are in Spain, Belgium, Austria, France, wherever in Europe, they have those opportunities. I'm just very curious, and I had to go about looking into other countries, and I realized that they do have those things there as well. So I would say, answering your question, Vandeline, it is not difficult to attend their classes. Join the orientation on Saturday, and you will learn more.
Exactly. Thank you. I mean, that is very important. That's a very important point you've outlined, because someone might be wondering, oh, this academy is in the USA and I am based in Poland, for instance. How do I go about it? So let's go to the administrative part of this now. Mr. Kiawi, can you tell us if there are special time arrangements for people joining the course from parts of the world other than the United States of America?
Yes. Our goal is to satisfy everybody that comes in here, and we try to make it possible for everybody to be able to participate. And before I go into your question, I would like to emphasize on the point out one thing. If you look at the previous batches that have gone through KiawiTech, and see those who have participated in these batches from Europe, I will tell you, you can count them among the first 10 that we used to announce. And that's not a lie. If you go to to anybody in any batch that somebody was there from Europe, you count that these people usually fall among the first 10 when you start announcing jobs. This is something we have observed, and we have realized that in Europe in particular, the market is still very, very open. That is something I've realized personally. And I was shocked to see the type of jobs that they are being advertised by French companies in French, but in German websites. It was alarming. That I didn't imagine that French companies coming in and advertising their jobs purely in French in German market. And they're not asking for people who can speak German, but asking for people who can speak English and French.
Yeah.
I was a little bit motivated to see such offers. And to me, I felt that that was something that everybody should take up that opportunity. Coming back to the issue of time, we first of all started. I did this course in KiawiTech when we were. It used to be about 2 a.m. in the morning. That's when we were taking our course. And this is just to tell people how motivated I was when doing it. Time was, and I was still working full time, and I was capable of getting up every 2 p.m., 2 a.m. till 5:30 or 6 a.m. in the morning. Then I go to work. So this is just telling you that if you are motivated and willing, you are going to do everything that you want to do in life. So we have presently we have three options that we offer classes. But our goal in this batch is to extend either to 4 or 5 sessions, which means the time zone for other African countries and Europe should have 2 extra classes, and those in the United States will have 1 extra class because they are having 2 now. So that is our main goal that we are striving to, and we are going to make it happen. So people will have more opportunities to be able to attend our classes. So as Zelda just mentioned there, well, we do record these classes so that when you miss a class, before you come to the next class, you should be at the same line with other who were in class. That's one advantage that we do have here. And unless you don't want to work, you are going to make it and you will never be left behind. We don't just we are creating a community. We are not just creating an academy, because if you look at here, you can hear from testimonials that people always praise their team members for what they have done for them. And you can see that in the community, those who are in the community, when you even get the job, that is when the real thing begins. That is when the real thing begins, because at that time you are facing the job market and you will face more challenges. When you face more challenges, you need help, and people are in the community always ready to help. We have so many people in the community, and nobody in that community, when you send in a worry that you have at the job site, you always see answers coming in from left and right. And that is one of the things that KiawiTech has created that we are really proud of.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Mr. Kiawi. Our take home from your intervention right now is that there are special classes for people. In fact, there are different group sessions for people attending the course from Europe. There are different groups for people attending from Europe and Africa, I think, and then the US group is different. So the time differences should not be an issue. That is handled already. And I must mention, for those who might be getting confused, the time at which you took the course was in the very beginning, when it was only one class, the US class. That's when you had to take the course at 2 a.m. But right now, those classes have been separated and are holding according to time zone. So if you're joining this course from Europe, Africa, Asia, wherever, you would be put into a group that corresponds to your time zone. So time should not be an issue. And of course, we've cleared that part. So let me come back to you, Mrs. Ndah. Can you please tell, you're a mother of 2 beautiful girls that I know and I love, and you were working full-time when you took this course. So I would like to know, how challenging was it for you to shuttle your work-life balance and training? Because, being a mother is a full-time job. Being a full-time worker is a full-time job. And taking the training is a full-time job. So how did you manage all of this 3 and emerge in flying colors the way you did?
You need to have a good time management. Yes, you need to prioritize what you want to do and at what time you want to do it. So being a mother, a wife, a full-time worker, a full-time student, and I was still able to go through this, I didn't find it difficult because I was able to manage my time, like I program exactly when to do what. So we have days that we attend the classes. We don't attend classes every blessed day. And the days that I don't have classes, I have the time for my family. And the days I have my classes, I make sure I take care of the family. And when they're going to bed, when the kids are going to bed, that is when the classes actually starts in my own time zone. I choose the option that fits me best. And that was when the kids go to bed, I take my classes. And then I practice. And I make sure that I troubleshoot anything that I didn't understand during classes before I go to bed. Yes, so I know from my previous life, I've had a good time management, and that's something that sticks in me, and I'm able to switch from one role to the next without finding it extremely difficult. So I was able to switch from a mother to a full-time worker and to a student without having any difficulties. So you need to have a good time management. If you are taking up this course, you should be able to prioritize your issues. Let me just put it this way: prioritize your issues. Because I came across some people who couldn't do that, and they've kind of dropped somewhere along the line because they were not able. They were conflicting with their personal lifestyle. But if you are somebody who knows how to manage your time, you won't have any issue, because this is actually something you do when you actually you are free, or when you are in a train and you are able to concentrate. That's somebody, this, not everybody can do that, but I know I can do it. So I didn't have any difficulty doing it, so I could attend my classes at any time and anywhere.
Thank you so much. I mean, that's a great insight, because there might be people watching who are wondering, oh my God, I work a full-time job, I have kids, I'm a wife, am I going to be able to survive? I mean, you see Zelda here, she is your answer to that question. So I mean, the more you want something, the more you're willing to sacrifice to get it. So if you really want it, you can get it done. It's all left to you. And of course, just a reminder, thank you so much, Mami Relindis, for this. Our orientation class is coming up next Saturday. That's the 1st of October. We are going to post the details on all our platforms. So be on the go, stay tuned for details of this. In that class, you will be able to actually ask our CEO, our instructors, our mentors, in fact, our community. You will be able to ask our community every question you have about training at the KiawiTechIT Academy. So remember to share this information with your friends. The 1st of October is our orientation class for the next session. So come with all your questions and all your doubts will be cleared. So let me just take a minute to thank those who joined the stream halfway. I can see a lot of people, and I really appreciate you for joining. I can see Mrs. Flora Tingun, thank you so much for joining. Mirabel Obafoso, thank you so much. Abatinya Kisumu, we appreciate you. Gladys Law Buyonga, thank you so much. Thanks everyone for joining. Mommy Relindis Kiawi, Mommy Elizabeth Mbe, all of you, we are Nara and Okenwa. We appreciate you for being here. Share the stream with your friends. And of course, Jackie Salifu, thank you so much. Etabeyan, thank you so much for joining the stream. Of course, drop your questions and we're going to make the last few minutes of this class or this session to answer your questions. So what's the duration of the training? That's a quick one. It's 6 months. 6 months for database administration. And if you're interested in the other two specialties, which are Azure Cloud Computing and Amazon Web Services, of course, they have the durations vary, but of course, you can always get the information on our website. Mrs. Zelda has answered your question here, 7 p.m. German time. So we are going to go into this question a little bit deeper. I saw a question here in the chat which asked, let me just scroll back up to it because it's going to lead us to, or it ties with what we just answered. Rita was asking, amazing, Mrs. Zelda, I would like to know how challenging was the course for you. I think you've already answered that. Given that this was not your initial field of specialty, and how did you manage the challenge? What about the job? Have you been able to meet up with the needs of your company with the company you work with right now? That's a good question, Rita. Thank you so much. I suppose Mrs. Zelda has answered half of the question already, so I think you take the other half from how did you manage the challenge? You've answered that. And then what about the job?
Yes. Let me start by saying what we go through in KiawiTech is very rich. The concept and the syllables, I would say they're actually very rich because there are things that I did there. I was like maybe even underestimating them. But I realized that some of the companies here, they were like asking me, they've been searching for someone who can configure a kind of, let me just say, always on a high availability solution for their company, but they're unable to find it. But I was taking it for granted even. So you realize that what you go through, what the training you go through is extremely rich in material, so much so that you wouldn't lack. So I'm like that kind of hands-on person in a company where they will, depend on you for particular solutions, meaning that the school covers you up. And if you have any difficulty, if you're troubleshooting something at work and you can't get through, there is this community Mr. Kiawi just talked about, KiawiTech community, where you just drop a note and within seconds you have a response from people flowing in, like telling you if you're having this and you are unable to move on, try this method. So it is absolutely amazing, and I tell you, the syllables are very rich. If you are able to go through successfully, you will make it in your job site, because what they're looking for is what you've learned, you've done, and you've done it over and over, and you master it to your fingertips. So it's absolutely amazing. And the concept, the what they need here is not even difficult. Rita, let me answer your question to the end. What they need you to do when you have a job, sometimes you need to take only your backups. Some companies need you to take only backups. So you program. Then some things you don't have to program. You sit and you watch it being running. You know, you have to just troubleshoot if something is like erroring out. So you get to know that what you do here is extremely good and rich. You will have it. If you're interested, know that you're in the right place. They have you covered. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I mean, this is so inspiring. And for someone listening for the first time, it feels like, oh, it's gonna be really easy. So may I ask you now, senior DBAs, how difficult or how easy is the job of a database administrator? I'm on the other side now. I don't know. I think we should go with you first, Mr. Kiawi.
Yeah. Let me just say something here, which you people talked about. When you look, if you have been listening, if people have been watching our past orientation, you will see that this is a perfect job for somebody who has a family. This is the first thing you should know, because majority of this job, you work from the comfort of your home. And the job of a DBA is as easy as any job that you can ever imagine. The only thing you need to do is that you need to master what you are doing, and you will do it well, because you will do, when you are doing a job that you like, it's like you are having fun and you are being paid. That is something that people don't know. And when you love this job, you are going to understand that it is a field that will give you more opportunities to grow. And that is something. And the work and the life of a DBA is as simple as anybody can imagine. Just take for example this: when you have kids, at times there is no school, or at times you are sick, your child needs to stay at home because your child is not well. It's very easy. You sit in the comfort of your home and you are working with your child, and you are playing and discussing. This is just the lively style of a DBA. So those people that make the six figures are not really the people that really do the job, because when you go to the fabric, you see people carrying heavy duty things, but they pay them less than a DBA who sits and enjoy and just do some clicks and take care of the data. So at times your job is just to monitor if things are moving well. That is something that is very interesting. You sit in your house, your job is just, I monitor if something is moving well. If it's not moving well, what should I do? I should arrange it. Yeah, and put it moving. This is just like you are sitting in a car and they are driving you, and you're just trying to see, have I put on my seatbelt? If I've forgotten to put on my seatbelt, I will put it on. Or the next person or my child on my left has not put on the seatbelt, you just put on the seatbelt for the child to move on well. That is the job of a DBA. So people, the first thing that people need to understand is that we have grown up in an environment where there's the fear of the IT. That's the first point. People do fear IT. When you hear of IT, the first thing is that they are afraid. And now at KiawiTech, we want to demystify IT, to understand that IT is as easy as literature, which we used to practice in school. IT is as easy as storytelling. That is what we are trying to do in KiawiTech. And more people are going to see that this is still there, that when they are going to see and encourage more. We know that in this field, there are some of the people that they want to see before they believe. And that is how it is. That is life. Life is that some people will see, and if they don't see, they won't believe that it works. I used to say that if Jesus Christ came to this world and was stealing, nobody would have believed in him. But the fact that he wasn't stealing, he was able to convince people to see that what he was saying is good. So that is what we are doing here. We are trying to say that we are going to prove to you that it is good and it is easy, and other people will follow, because they are in a community. We have all types of people. People that want to see that it works and they follow, and some people who want to see that we take the lead. Please be one of the people that want to take the lead. Come and take the lead with us, and we are going to draw more people, and our community will improve. That is
Thank you
what we are
so
talking
much. I
about
mean,
today.
that was a deep answer, and I would like to use an adage that our CEO uses quite often. If you can click your mouse, come, we will show you how to click and become a database administrator. He says it's that easy. Don't quote me on that.
Exactly.
I can defend that, but that's what I learned from him. So thank you so much, Mr. Zebs. We have quite a number of questions in the chat here. It's been 45 minutes already. Can you imagine that? We've been here for almost 45 minutes, and it feels like just a few minutes because what we are giving here are life-changing tips. We are telling you true stories, transformation stories of real people whom you can see right here. So it feels like, I mean, we've been sitting just for a few minutes, but it's almost an hour. So now I think we should take a few questions on the chat. I see someone asking here, I hope it won't be difficult to secure a job in Germany. I suppose you joined the stream a little later on because Mrs. Ndah actually explained how easy it was for her. In fact, she was streaming in a pool of opportunities that she never thought was possible. So I think if you take your training at KiawiTech seriously, it will be this easy for you to get a job in Germany. So I'm just taking that from her because she has already elaborated on that. If you'd like, you can watch this stream from the start, and then you would hear everything she said about that. There are a lot of opportunities, not only in Germany, but in Europe as a whole. She checked in Belgium, she checked in the UK. Mr. Kiawi told us about France, and of course, you can be sure about that. So, and we'll take another question here, which I saw a question here which was about the entry level salary in Germany. I can't quite remember what that was, but I know I'm looking through the stream right now and I'll find it, no doubt. Where is that question? I can't quite remember where it was, but there was someone asking about the entry level salary in Europe. So I don't know, maybe Mrs. Ndah, you can say something about that.
Okay, let me say something. Maybe the
Yeah,
person
I
asking.
found it. Here you go. It
Okay.
was Mirabelle.
Oh, okay. Let me just say, like every other job, salaries ranges. Same thing goes with the database administration. If you see them advertising their jobs, they will give you ranges. They will put a particular range, and they will ask you in every interview, what amount are you comfortable to receive? You can tell them the highest amount you want. They might be very comfortable with it, and they give it to you. They give ranges, and every company ranges from 60,000 to 150 or 200, depending on whatever they need you to do. So when you go there, depending on what you are capable of doing, you can also define yourself and your salary. No, what I did was I do give my salary what I think I will be comfortable with, and if they are ready to pay you for that, they hire you. If they are not ready to, they'll tell you, no, what you're asking is too much, or they tell you, we might add a little bit so that you choose us. Since you're having so many offers, we want to add a little bit on top of what you've asked us so that you come for us. So these things, salary, it's not the same. You can check in the internet. If there is a scale in the internet that shows exactly how much people earn from the basic to maybe senior DBA level, you can enter like a senior DBA after you going through this course, because they take you from a junior DBA straight to a senior DBA level. So you define yourself and your salary. So there's no particular payment for each person and for each company. They do ask different salaries, and they range as I've said, it is from 60,000 to 200 a year per annum. Yes.
Euros.
So yes, so you have to decide where you fall and what you think you're comfortable with.
Exactly. Thank you so much. I think that was a clear enough answer. I don't know, Mr. Kiawi, do you have anything else to add to that?
Yes, I would have
Okay.
I would have failed to say something in this particular topic. People do ask, if you don't know your value, you will not know how to sell yourself. That is first thing. When you finish in KiawiTech, I'm going to assure you, you compete with people with 5 years of experience. That is, bear with me. Anybody that will finish this KiawiTech, check with this person that will tell you this. So many people are finished in KiawiTech and they're picking up just as they are starting at senior position. So many of them. We have example in KiawiTech that we can give to you. give you just a contact, talk with this person, and hear what the person will tell you. So, as an entry level, I want to emphasize on something here. At times, when you know what your value is, you can go further, and people will still come. I want to take this example because one thing is, I had a trainee which got a job, which had a job that was a little bit not up to what we agreed that the person should ask. And this is what happened. She had a call. No, he had a call from a company, and they were paying 5,000 less. And I told him, if they ask for you 5,000 less, say no. You can't go in below that, because where you are presently working, this is what they pay you, but you can't go below. So this is what happened. They told him that they are going to get back to him if the company is okay. And to tell you, they got back to him for an interview, which means they didn't discuss about the salary again because they first of all asked him about the salary. Then they say if they agree, if they are okay with the salary, and the salary was 5,000 euros more than what the company was offering, and they got back to him to ask to schedule an interview, which means they were already okay with the salary, just looking through the resume of this trainee. This is just to tell you can ask for more. And when you get, because the opportunities are so many here in Europe, when you already have one in your hand, you can keep on looking for more, because you can get more at that time. You already know you have something secured in your hand. You can ask for more, and you are going to see that you are going to get it. And when you are getting it, you know that you are even undervaluing yourself.
So, exactly. So I mean, let's get that clear now. I mean, you value, you earn how much you value yourself. So Mrs. Zelda gave you a very clear range between 60,000 euros and 200,000 euros. So you weigh yourself, see where you stand, and feel confident to request for that. Because as Mr. Kiawi has said, KiawiTechIT trainees compete with people who have at least 5 years of working experience in the field of database administration. So you can convert 60,000 euros into your currency. That is the lowest you can go here in Europe. Convert 60,000 euros into your currency and know how much you are worth after our training. So that's a great take home. Thank you so much for those. And I see someone here. I guess this question is more for you, Mr. Kiawi. He's asking, how can someone in Cameroon go about this training? It's more administrative than otherwise.
We are based all over, and we have people who take care of our African trainees. And if you are based in any African country, whether you are in East Africa, Western Africa, or the Central Africa, or the South Africa, just get to us, and we are going to link you up with somebody who will talk to you. Or you can get to me personally, because of the difference in time zone. Because the time zone is not too different, and we will discuss, and I will give you more information as that is concerned. So I'm ready, and our team in Africa is also ready to talk with you and give you guidelines and tell you how you can start the training and give you more orientation as this training is concerned.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kiawi. I think I can take this question from CC Code, which says, is the focus on DBAs? So no, KiawiTech's focus is not on database administrators, but we focus on that because that is our recommendation for people who come in with a zero IT background. So for the general public, for those of you coming in with no IT background, KiawiTechIT recommends that you take the database administration course. But of course, we offer other trainings. We offer Azure Cloud Computing, and we offer Amazon Web Services. So depending on your IT background, you can take any one of those courses. And of course, we have partnerships with people who train in Scrum, Agile Scrum, and all of that. So of course, just contact us and we will definitely have a solution for you in any field of IT that you are interested in. So feel free to link up with us. We are not only focusing on database administrators. Database administrators are our entry-level recommendation for people with zero IT background. So let's move further and see if we have any other question here. Yeah, someone says the German team has been very successful, which is true. Thank you so much for that, Mama Lindis. It says again, there are as many teachers as there are students and in various countries. That's absolutely true. Thank you so much. Saturday at what time, please? Okay, our orientation class on Saturday, the 1st of October, takes place 7 p.m. German or Europe time. So, guys, convert that into your various time zones. I think in Cameroon, it would be 6 p.m. for you. So, guys, 6 p.m. African time, 7 p.m. Europe time. So, I think most of us here are from Europe tonight. So, 7 p.m. Europe time, 6 p.m. Cameroon time is our orientation class on Saturday. And of course, you're going to find flyers on all of our platforms on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, all over, Twitter, LinkedIn. We are everywhere. So just look us up, or of course, you have our contacts on the screen. And most importantly, our website, www.KiawiTech.com. You can also call the number displayed on your screen right now and talk to someone personally about this training. So, yeah, my brother and sister put on the hot seat by our communication director. Love you guys. Thank you so much, Jackie, for always being there. We appreciate you so much. Thank you so much. And yeah, encouraging. What's the duration of the training? I think we answered that already. For database administration, it is 6 months of training. And of course, we have about 2 months of mentorship time during which we expect to lead you into your first job. So we don't only train and drop you in the waters, we do continuities and take you right into your job site. So thank you for that question. Yeah, stay posted for details and updates. Thank you so much. That is also true. I don't think we have any more questions. Let me see what that is. Oh, thank you so much. It's encouraging. I would be on that testimonial seat too. That is the spirit. I mean, that's the reason why we do these live sessions, right? It is for you to be the next success story. It is for us to have you here on the hot seat next time. It's for us to hear your testimony next time. So I love that determination. Keep it up, and next time you'll be seated right here with me. And let's see, how can someone in Cameroon go about that? I think we answered that already. And what do we have? Yeah, visit our website for more information. That is true. So I don't think we have any more. Okay, I think this is yeah, this is the time of our orientation class. So 12 noon CST, 6 p.m. GMT +1 West Africa, 7 p.m. Europe. Thank you so much. That must be Beverly. Thank you so much for posting that. So that is the time of our orientation class, depending on your time zone. So 6 p.m. in West Africa, 7 p.m. in Europe. It's going to be our orientation class on the 1st of October. And yes, reminder, no prior IT knowledge or qualifications are required. Just your determination to learn and you are good to go. That's a good one. And yeah, that's a thank you note from Mr. Beba Elvis. Thank you so much for joining the stream. What about East African time? That is a good one. Thank you so much for joining us from East Africa. We are going to look that up for you. We are going to look that up for you. So I don't know, Beverly, if you're still on the stream, please look up what time that's going to be in East Africa. So we answer Charles. And of course, Charles, keep an eye on our platforms. We are definitely going to provide you with that information. So it's another one says, do we have a special link to join, or would it be live on Facebook? We are gonna try to make it live, but generally our orientation sessions take place on Zoom because it's a webinar free for all forums. So, but we would try to see how to make it live on Facebook. But we are gonna provide you with a Zoom link. We are going to provide you with a Zoom link on all of our social media platforms. So please keep an eye on this page and all. In fact, there's a flyer already posted on our Facebook page right now, Facebook, Instagram. You can look it up and you would see all the information that you need and the login credentials to join. So watching from Nairobi. Oh, thank you so much, Charles, for joining from Nairobi, Kenya. We appreciate you. Thank you for being here. Please share with your friends. And another person says, please, what about the job market in Africa? This is a good one. I think it goes to you, Mr. Kiawi. Can you tell us about the job market in Africa?
Yes, yes. That is an interesting question. When you ask about the job market in Africa, I will refer you just to check on Amazon. What has Amazon posted recently? The number of jobs they are looking in Africa as database administrators. You are going to be shocked with the numbers of jobs that Amazon is. I'm just citing just one. So, which means we have so many. Is just ask yourself: is there a company in Africa that doesn't have data? If there's a company, just one single company that you know in Africa does not have data. What do people understand by data? Data means, are there workers in their company? Do they work? What access do you have in a company if you are a worker? For example, if you are a worker in a company, do you have the access to see people's salaries? No. Why? Who give you the access for other people to see their salaries? If you are a worker in a company, do you have access to see people's date of birth, address, telephone numbers? No. Who are there? Some people that do see that? Yes. Who give access to those people? How many people have already left this company this year? How many purchases of goods have been done in this company this year? How many products have been sold in this company this year? Those are data that need to be protected because what is our concept? What concept is the company using? Is there a concept that you can count in? Africa doesn't have a concept. No, there's no company that doesn't have a concept. What happens if this concept is being stolen? It means that the company's information is sold out, and that is the most important thing for a company to protect its data. That is what we are talking about. So if you think that these jobs are not, the jobs are beside you as you are moving tomorrow, leaving in the morning and going out, know that you are passing a company that you don't know that they are looking for you, but you are there, you don't know that they are looking for you. That is something you need to take it. Just go to a company and tell them, I'm a database administrator, I'm looking for a job, and you say, oh, I did not know that there's somebody here, and they will tell you, do you have a resume? Please send it to us. This is my email address. And you are realizing we will be shocked with the number of people that will respond positively to you. So
thank you so much. That was a great, wonderful response. Thank you so much, Mr. Kiawi. And of course, I am a witness to the fact that the job market in Africa is just as lucrative as it is anywhere else. The third to the last of our DBAs was in Douala, Cameroon, who got a job. He finished the training with us and got a job in Douala, Cameroon. We have people in Cameroon working remotely from Cameroon for companies in South Africa. So you just need to have an eye out for a job, and then you would get it regardless of where you are. So thank you so much, Beverly, for providing this time. So it is 8 p.m. East African time. Thank you so much, Charles. I guess that's for you. So feel free to join us at 8 p.m. East African time on Saturday, the 1st of August. And of course, Beverly was so kind to put up the Zoom credentials here for our orientation class on Saturday. So that's for all of you who are interested in joining, and of course, share the information with your friends. Thank you so much. I can also see here Mr. Zebedee Young. I think that's you. It says Z, but I think it's Zeps. This is interesting, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining the stream. Thank you so much. And Mr. Beba is promising that our orientation class will be broadcast live on Facebook. Thank you so much for that assurance. We are going to make everything possible for that to happen. And someone says she's smiling. Yes, you should be smiling. Your doubts are cleared. We are happy to have cleared your doubts. Thank you so much for joining. Share the information with your friends. And someone says your knowledge is urgently needed in Africa. Of course it is. Thank you so much for mirroring this. Thank you so much, everyone. We are 1 minute past the top of the hour. And I don't think there are any more questions. If someone says, can't wait for the orientation class. Of course, it's going to be a pleasure to have you there. And as many of your friends as is possible, please bring them. And that was explicit, Zerbs. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining the stream. But before we leave, oh, you have something to say, Mr. Kiawi?
Yes, yes. Actually, I want to, to make people understand this. There's this notion that we think that we can only we say that most of these jobs we can work from the comfort of your home. If you ask if they say you can work from the comfort of your home, if you are now, where can you look for a job? There's no limit where you can look for a job. I want to say I have 3 Cameroonians that I've met personally, which I didn't know that this is possible. They are living in my city where I live here in Mannheim, and they are coming from Cameroon to work in Germany in IT. This was unbelievable that I see they apply and they took the interview from Cameroon and they are here working. And I was very, very interesting. I had to open up a discussion for them and ask them, how did you do it? They said they said we are looking for jobs, and somebody was here and say, oh, look at companies here. There are jobs all over here. Please, can you apply? Just apply. We never know. And they applied and they were given jobs. I saw one here, but he was not living here. He was going to work in Hamburg. And that is not here, but he got a job from Cameroon and he came here to work in Germany. And just imagine, those are people who they have studied and they were in Cameroon and they have gotten these jobs from Cameroon, which means it is very, very possible for you to get jobs here. And we have people here getting jobs back in Africa. That's the most interesting thing. We had a DBA who is working for a company, but in Sierra Leone. How interesting is that? They are living here and getting their jobs. Don't allow those to come and take your jobs there.
So in the information superhighway, what you're saying is time and space are blurred. I mean, those should not be constraints. So if you take this training in information technology, database administration, or whatever course, there is no limit to where you can apply for a job. So just apply everywhere. I mean, anywhere you can work. In fact, it's from you study from the comfort of your own home. You're sitting in, let's say, Freetown, Sierra Leone, and you're being taught by an instructor in Houston, Texas. So why wouldn't you sit in Freetown, Sierra Leone and work for a company in Houston, Texas? All of those things are possible, and we see them happening right here in the KiawiTechIT Academy. So space and time should not be limiting factors. So I suppose all questions in the chat have been out. Did you already mention? Okay, yeah, this is.
Let me just chip in something to that. I was just trying to add on to what Mr. Z just said. It is the perfect opportunity for those who like to work like freelancer, because when you also go online, you see a lot of freelancer jobs in the IT. The recent one I saw was in Switzerland. The only requirement will be the language. If you have the language and you master your computer in that language, then you feel free to apply. You take the interviews, they can sign a contract for you. So they do offer a lot of freelancer in this IT. For those who are looking forward to work like freelancer, this might be a great opportunity for you to use.
Okay, thank you so much. And that was a very important one. Thank you so much for bringing that up. So you also see, I mean, the possibilities are limitless. So we have an interesting question coming in here, and this is more for you, Mr. Kiawi. Did you already mention how much the course costs?
Yes, we didn't talk about how much is the cost for now. That question did not come up, and that's something that is very interesting. The cost for those in the developed countries is about $3,500. Normally, dollars is more than euros, but when you are in Europe, we are not going to go do the conversion. It's still 3,500 euros. And for those who are applying from the developing countries, we have good news for you. You are not going to pay this. We are working in partnership with the Kiawi Foundation, which subsidize all those who are from the developing countries. So you are going to go through our Kiawi Foundation, and you'll be obtain a form to apply for a scholarship, that will reduce you, and you are going to pay just $1,000. That is something very, very interesting. And reach out to us so that we can give you, if you are from a developing country, reach out to us, and we are going to link you up with all the necessary information, and you are going to go through the Kiawi Foundation, and that will be granted for you. So they will do the necessary check to see if you are really there, and if you are applying. They have their own policies how they do the check, but everybody from a developing country, you get that. So if anybody is willing to do this course, please, no matter how hardship it is, reach out to KiawiTech management team. We are going to find a way, and you are going to do the course. There's nobody who has not done this course who is willing to do the course because of finance. It hasn't yet happened. So KiawiTech is there not just to look for money, but to help you, because we know when we help you, you can also help other people. People have gone through scholarship, 400% scholarship in KiawiTech, and they have acquired a job, and they have paid fees for 5 other people, and that is empowering the community. That is our goal.
Yeah, there's another question here in franc CFA. You mentioned in euros and dollars, so in franc CFA.
Oh, sorry, we deal with people from different nationalities, and I think we need to check that. How much is in franc CFA, maybe in Naira, in Ghana cedis, and in Tanzanian, what, we are going to check it out. So just reach out to us, and we are going to provide you all the detailed information.
I think one thing you failed to mention is the possibility of paying installmentally.
Oh, yes. When you are applying in our website, we have different payment method which we are going to choose, and we have one-time payment method, we have two-time payment method, we have one-time down payment and monthly installment, which makes it also for people who don't earn high, who don't have the means to pay all the money at once to do that. So if there's anything, reach out to KiawiTech management team, and we are going to discuss with you and to see how you can take the course.
Yeah, of course. So I would just link this to our CEO's vision, which is to empower communities. KiawiTech's vision is not to make money out of people, but to empower people through IT training. His worry has always been that the Indians have taken over the information technology market. In almost every company, the IT guy is an Indian. Check. 8 out of 10 of these IT guys are Indians. They come from India and take away all of this money. What makes it so difficult for our own communities not to benefit from this? And that is why our CEO has made it his duty to bring IT to your doorsteps. So regardless of how poor or how hard up you are, you can take our trainings. We have payment plans for people who would be able to afford little amounts for over several months. We have the Kiawi Foundation subsidizing for people joining from low-income countries. And we also have a scholarship plan for those who are completely hard up. You can get up to 100% scholarship with us at KiawiTech. You just need to make your case clear, and then we would be able to help you out with that. So I think that's the last of our questions. How can one contact the team? Thank you so much for asking, Eta. I think our website is on the screen right now, and there is a phone number there. The easiest way is for you to call this number on WhatsApp, and then you will get to us. Or, of course, if you click on our website, you can contact someone 24/7, regardless of where you are. So give us a call or contact or join. Even if you drop a message on our Facebook Messenger, anywhere, any of our platforms, if you drop a message, we would always be there for you. So it's so easy to contact us. I mean, even right now, if you drop a comment here, that's also a way of contacting us. So feel free. Our website is www.KiawiTech.com, and then we have our phone number scrolling through your screen right now, so you can take that and give us a call. We are always here for you. So it's been it's been a long chat, but I mean, it felt like just a few minutes. And I'd like to thank you, Mrs. Ndah and Mr. Kiawi. I would like to thank you so much for your time this evening. And I want to give you this opportunity to tell us one last thing before we leave this evening. If you were to tell anyone out there something about the training at KiawiTechIT, what would that be? I'll start with you, Mrs. Ndah.
Okay. So the last thing I want to tell anyone maybe who would like to start a training here is you should be determined. You should be determined, and if you have your dreams, if you want a dream to dream dream of a life that you will have freedom to do your things, work from the comfort of your home, take care of your kids no matter what, and you are still available for the family, then make sure you join the train. The training will take you gradually, and after the training you have like 2 months interview preparation. They take you intensively for 2 months, and they tackle questions that they normally ask you wherever you go for an interview. And if you go through that process and you are not able to get a job, then there is something wrong that you are doing. I can guarantee you that they have your back in everything. So if you are here tonight and you are thinking of a life free of timetable, like working on time, you have to be at work at 8 o'clock and you must be back at home at 6 o'clock. Join the training and you will not regret it. You will have so much freedom. You will have so much time for your family. Yes, even during the training. So that's all I can give you on the way. Thank you so much,
Thank
Vandalin.
you so much. I mean, your interventions were so insightful, and we appreciate you being here this evening. Thank you so much. And I'll go over to you, Mr. Kiawi. If you were to
Yes.
tell, what would your last words be?
Yeah, my last word is just for this today, but the words continue. So, what I will tell you is this: please look for. You have to learn how to work smart. At time when we are growing up, we hear of hard work. Now we are talking of smart work. Learn how to work smart now. And if you are working, if you don't know how to work smart, you're going to make the money. And your life will also change. Life is not just having the money and having no time, but you need to have the money and have the time for yourself, for your family, because now you need to also enjoy the life. Life should be balanced. So please come to us and table your any worries that you have, and we are going to look into it and make sure that you take up this opportunity. And I want to take also this opportunity to encourage more women to take up. If you take the statistics at KiawiTech, you are going to see that women are beating men in terms of figures. And we are trying to encourage women to go into this field because it gives them even happiness and life balance in the comfort of their homes. So be that woman that you earn the money and you have time for your family as well. So at least be the boss lady. Rub shoulders with the big girls, as they are saying that rub shoulder with the big guys. So try to come guys, come girls, come ladies. Everybody, we are welcoming everybody on board, and we are going to make sure that you spread the good news because we are putting all our effort so that the community in which we find ourselves will be proud of us. And that is the only way we can grow. We cannot grow when there's people are hard up. When people are hard up, there is no reason for them to even think of any other thing apart from them living. So thank you, and we are looking forward to seeing all of you on our orientation day on Saturday. We will look for this week. Before this week will go through, I hope that the communication team will make provision for other people to come in and give you more information as this training is concerned. So visit our website, as the communication director has already said there, www.KiawiTech.com, or send us information through this WhatsApp number, or call the number, or you can also send us a message in info@KiawiTech.com. Thank you for this wonderful session, Vandolin, and thank you, Zelda, for coming. I thank all our viewers for tuning in, and I plead with you people, next time, don't stay behind. Come in, and this gospel will be preached. We call it the sickle gospel. We call it the sickle gospel. So let's start preaching the sickle gospel. Thank you.
Thank you so much. It was an awesome session. It was amazing having you both on board today. Thank you so much for all the great insights you've provided. And thank you to everyone who was And the background, Mommy Relindis, for always joining, for always assisting with insights from the background, for Beverly on the back end, Mr. Beba Elvis, thank you all, Jackie, thank you on the street, Etta Bayang, thank you so much. You were so active this evening, and we appreciate you, Mirabel. Thank you all so much for joining. Spread the good news. Our orientation class takes place on the 1st of October. 2022, that's Saturday. We said it was 8 p.m. East African time, 6 p.m. West African time, 7 p.m. Europe time, and 12 noon CST. Thank you all so much once again for joining. Have a great evening and stay tuned to Kiawi Tech for more information coming. Bye. Bye-bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.